We are living in an era where a person's value is often measured by what they own. Material things, from vehicles and smartphones to houses, have gradually become benchmarks of success and social status. Many people chase money at any cost, afraid of falling behind or being seen as inferior to others. But when material pursuits take over the mind, inner peace is easily lost, relationships become transactional, and happiness is endlessly postponed. Material wealth is necessary for living, but when it becomes the ultimate goal, people unknowingly turn themselves into servants of the very things they possess. In Seneca's philosophy, material wealth is not an enemy that must be destroyed. But it is a subtle trap that can slowly steal something far more valuable than money itself, our inner freedom and peace of mind. Through his letters to Lucilius, Seneca offers a clear and practical attitude toward possessions, luxury, and poverty. He does not preach rejection of the world. Instead, he teaches us how to live in the world without becoming its servant. For Seneca, the true line between wealth and poverty has nothing to do with numbers. It is not measured by how much gold we store or how impressive our lifestyle appears. The real difference lies in desire. A person is not poor because they have little. They are poor because they want more than they have. And a person is not rich because they own much, but because they feel that what they have is enough. Seneca defines wealth through two simple limits. First, having what is necessary. Second, having enough to live reasonably. Beyond that, accumulation loses its meaning. He echoes Epicurus in reminding us that a person who lives cheerfully with little deserves admiration, not pity. Someone who is content with modest means is already richer than someone surrounded by luxury but haunted by endless desire. This is why Seneca insists that poverty is not a condition of the body, but of the mind. A person who accepts what they have, even if it is little, is not poor. Meanwhile, someone who owns vast riches but constantly compares themselves to others will never feel satisfied. Their mind lives in a state of shortage, no matter how full their vaults may be. Seneca draws a sharp distinction between natural needs and misguided desires. Natural needs are few and simple. We need food to remove hunger, water to remove thirst, and shelter to protect us from cold. If we live according to nature, we will never truly feel poor. But if we live according to the opinions of the crowd, wealth will never feel sufficient. False desires have no limit. They behave like thirst that grows stronger the more we try to satisfy it. From this point, Seneca introduces a warning. Material possessions are gifts from fortune, and fortune is unreliable. What fortune gives, it can take away without explanation. The danger lies in believing that we control our possessions, when in reality, they begin to control us. When people surround themselves with luxury, decoration, and status symbols, they often believe they are enjoying success. Yet quietly they become managers of their own property rather than masters of their own lives. Their time fills with calculation, maintenance, and anxiety. They worry about loss, damage, reputation, and comparison. What looked like freedom slowly becomes obligation. Seneca also challenges our idea of cost. Some things appear free because they do not require money. But they demand payment in other currencies: time, dignity, peace, and freedom. He urges us to ask the real price of everything we desire. Not just how much it costs financially, but what it takes from our character and attention. Stoic philosophy does not demand that we abandon wealth. It demands that we abandon dependence. A wise person can use simple clay cups as calmly as golden ones. And if they happen to use gold, they treat it with the same indifference as clay. The object itself holds no power over their mind. Seneca explains this through a powerful contrast. The wise person lacks nothing, yet can use everything. The foolish person owns many things, yet feels constantly deprived, because they depend on external objects for a sense of worth. True ownership is not about possession. It is about independence. One of the most striking illustrations comes from the story of Stilpo. When his city was destroyed and his family killed, He was asked what he had lost. His answer was simple and unsettling. He said that all that truly mattered to him remained intact. Courage, justice, and wisdom cannot be stolen by enemies or destroyed by fire. This moment reveals the highest Stoic attitude toward material things, understanding that real wealth lives inside the soul, not outside the body. Seneca also speaks directly to the relationship between wealth and philosophy. He warns that constant involvement in business, profit, and expansion scatters the mind. When attention is endlessly divided, wisdom cannot take root. He offers a surprising image. In moments of disaster, such as a fire or an alarm, the poor person can walk calmly toward the exit without hesitation. They have nothing to gather, nothing to protect. Their mind is free to act. Poverty, in this sense, can create mental lightness. It removes distractions that bind the wealthy to hesitation and fear. Many people tell themselves that they will turn to philosophy later. They say they will reflect, slow down, or seek wisdom once they have saved enough or secured comfort. Seneca considers this a dangerous illusion. Satisfaction does not come after wealth. It comes when wealth loses its importance. Waiting for desire to disappear before practicing restraint is useless, because one desire simply replaces another. Wisdom rewards immediately. The moment we stop placing our happiness in possessions, we feel relief. This is why Seneca insists that the practice must begin now, not later. One of his most famous exercises is voluntary poverty. He encourages people to set aside certain days to live as simply as possible. Eat cheap food. Wear plain clothing. Sleep on rough bedding. Then ask yourself honestly whether this life is truly unbearable. The purpose of this practice is not self-punishment. It is liberation. When you experience that your basic needs can be met with very little, fear loses its grip. You no longer feel the need to flatter fortune or cling desperately to wealth. You discover that what you feared was never poverty itself, but imagination. This exercise also prepares the mind for adversity. Just as soldiers train in peacetime, we train simplicity during times of comfort. When fortune changes, we are not shocked or broken. We have already visited that possibility with calm awareness. At the same time, Seneca warns against another extreme. Philosophy is not a performance. Deliberately appearing miserable, neglecting hygiene, or embracing filth does not reflect wisdom. It reflects confusion. Discipline should be natural and balanced. Seneca advises that while our inner life may differ greatly from the crowd, our outer appearance should avoid unnecessary extremes. Clothes do not need luxury brands, but they should not provoke attention through neglect either. The goal is harmony. A wise person lives simply without advertising their simplicity. True philosophy does not reject nature. It works with it. It values moderation, dignity, and quiet strength. The truly great person can remain calm in luxury without attachment, and remain calm in poverty without resentment. All of this leads to one final principle: self-sufficiency of the mind. Seneca believes that nothing has value except the mind itself. And a clear, disciplined mind needs very little from the outside world. The freest person is not the one with the most options, but the one least disturbed by loss. When a person knows that their life is complete in the present moment, tomorrow holds no threat. Fortune can arrive or depart, and the soul remains steady. Seneca even frames this in spiritual terms. He reminds us that the divine possesses no gold, no ornaments, no material display. If we carry something divine within us, we honor it not through luxury, but through integrity, clarity, and strength of character. The Stoic attitude toward material things can be summarized simply: own things, but do not let them own you. Treat possessions as temporary loans from fortune, ready to be returned without complaint. True wealth does not come from having more, but from wanting less. The person who enjoys wealth most fully is the one who needs it the least. When satisfaction comes from within, no external storm can take it away. And in that quiet independence, Seneca shows us what real freedom looks like.